Exercise 8B, question number 1, part A. The football is model as a particle. So what are the things we disregard? We disregard the rotational effects on any external forces that are acting on it, like momentum. You will learn that later, these things. And disregard the air resistance, and this is general thing. Or the mass act at a single point. Part B, AR resistance is negligible. We had to give a different way of we had to explain AR resistance differently, like different with the different wordings. This is frictional effect on air. Frictional effect of the air. The frictional effect, the force acting opposed to the moving direction due to the media, maybe the water, or it could be the liquid, or it could be the air, or it could be the surface. If we drag a ball underneath the water this direction, then there's a friction due to the water to this direction. That is water resistance due to the motion. Question number 2. The ice puck is modeled as a particle, part A. So still it is a particle. So ice puck as a particle. So it's still the same thing. So what are the stuff belongs to particle? Um, the assumptions belong to particle. The same thing. Disregard the rotational force, rotational effect acting on external forces disregard the air resistance and all mass acts at a single point. And part B, the ice is smooth. So smooth means we are disregard the friction force. Force or friction effect. Question 3. A parachute jumper wants to model her descent from an aeroplane to the ground. She modeled the parachute as a particle connected by highly inextensible string. Explain why this may not be suitable model. Uh, so air resistance is a major force to a parachute. Uh, it is disregarded with this assumption. Question number 4. A fishing rod be replaced with the light rod. The assumptions are the mass and the thickness is disregarded. And it is a rod, so then it is rigid and unbending. Part B, comment on its validity in this situation. Actually, disregarding mass is acceptable, but the disregarding thickness is not acceptable. There are certain uh, fishing rod requires a certain thickness, and disregarding it is rigid and unbending because rod usually, and this is not a desirable property for a fishing rod. Not a desirable property for a fishing rod. As we know, when thickness is increased, the mass also increased. Um, and the next question number 5. Make list of assumptions you might make to create a simple model of the following. The motion of a golf ball after a hit. So motion of a golf ball after it is, we can assume that it is a particle. As a particle. And part B, the motion of a child on a sledge on down snow covered. So we can assume child as a particle, and snow, um, and here is smooth. No friction. Especially here we disregard air resistance is disregarded. Major thing is here again air resistance is disregarded. L is smooth. Part C. The motion of two objects different masses connected by string passes over the pulley. So two objects we can assume as two particles. Two objects as two particles, and we are using a string. So light assumption light and inextensible and a pulley smooth. Part D. The motion of a suitcase on a wheel being pulled along a path by its handle. So suitcase plus wheels and the handle. So we can assume this as a particle and the path is smooth. No friction. No friction is disregarded.